More madness from Trump supporters who are lost, confused, hopeless, hateful. These are the emotions that are circulating through the air at any given Trump rally, and the good liars do a great job of catching a bit of it all, mixed along with the massive bits of ignorance on many of the topics these people choose to speak on. So, of course, I've gathered a few of the craziest for us to look at, as well as ones that we can utilize to make some pretty substantial points. So let's go through them and see how bad MAGA is with its ongoing delusion.
For the 2024 election, foreigners are going to be sent to your door?
The foreigners are already here, and they're already set up in the phone, and when somebody gives them the okay, they're going to come for us.
Where did you get this information?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love the bit that everyone in MAGA is stuck in, where they all just pretend to be in the know and they have all these secrets and they just don't want to reveal their top secret sources rather than just admit they don't know what they're talking about. Clearly, this old lady is creating fan fiction in her head off the preconceived paranoias that Donald Trump has instilled in her with his rhetoric just to score a few political points, to where she literally thinks that people seeking asylum claims, people fleeing hardship or violence are like secret trained agents by the Biden DOJ that have infiltrated our society and our phones and our addresses and are just waiting. They're Biden's secret army just waiting to attack the second Trump wins. This is like actual dementia, and somebody should send this lady help.
Does a trans person existing affect you in any way?
When they're shoving it down our throats, yes, it does.
How are they shoving it down your throats?
Trans Day of Visibility, for example, on a High Holy Day.
That would just happened to be on March 30th. It's that day every single year. It wasn't specifically because it was Easter. That's just the day it always is.
I stand by what I said.
And Donald Trump was saying a Christian. He wants to have a Christian Visibility Day. Would you like that?
Sure.
It's so easy to expose these people's hypocrisy. They don't know how to follow consistent lines of logic. The problem with transgenders is, they're shoving it down our throat by having one day of 365 days out of the year being an acknowledgement of them. That being, of course, because of decades of oppression that they have faced and ostracizing from being normal and all of that. But in the same breath, this lady is fine with a new holiday for Christians, a Christian Day of Remembrance, and that wouldn't be shoving it down their throat. Even though Christians already have Christmas, Easter, Palm Sunday, Good Friday, Ash Wednesday, St. Joseph's Day. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I could do a 5-minute video on Christian holidays saying the Pledge of Allegiance every day in school. Is that shoving it down children's throats? Should we stop that? What about this lady right here, decked head to toe in Trump merch? Is that not shoving MAGA as an ideology down people's throat? It makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to see it. So you guys deserve less rights than everyone else, right? That's their perspective. Is if it makes enough people uncomfortable, then they're not even humans anymore, right? What would you bet that this woman would find issue if a trans person walked down the street with like a rainbow on their shirt or like pro-trans merch or had an LGBTQ flag? I bet she would be complaining about it while standing next to her MAGA flag.
Do you think that the 2024 election will go the exact same way Donald Trump will not be elected president?
I think he'll get the votes, but I don't think they'll let him in.
If he is elected president, do you think that it will have been a secure election?
No, if you can audit it.
I'm saying if he wins in 2024, will that election have been secure?
I can't say for certain. I can say if they go back through and audit it, no Trump supporter will deny an audit.
And this is a complete lie. What about Trump's business dealings, his bank records that were just audited, and he was found to have committed massive fraud in the state of New York, and now Trump supporters are just finding new ways to do mental gymnastics and escape ever having to cope with that fact. There were multiple audits done, if we're talking about the 2020 election, over 60 court cases, and nothing, not one bit, was found enough worthy of bringing a single case to trial. But I'm sure if they did an audit, that would be the straw that MAGA decided to accept. They totally want to just be like, those Democrat accountants, those Soros-funded accountants, and accounting has a liberal bias, actually. Let me tell you that. And no, that's exactly what they would do. They would find new ways to cope with the audit.
Schumer, Biden, and company.
How are they illegal?
No one voted for them. They were appointed.
Appointed? Chuck Schumer was appointed?
Yep.
How so?
He didn't run Oh, people think he ran for office, but it was his turn to be put in.
Not only could this dude definitely not name 3 Democratic politicians, I would have loved if the follow-up question was name one more Democratic congressman. He couldn't. He has no idea what he's even talking about. Schumer won his last election with 56% of the vote to his opponent's 43, so it wasn't even a really close race. He's won other re-elections by even steeper margins. At this point, for MAGA, anyone they don't like, well, if they're white and they don't like them, they're appointed by Soros. Because if they're black and they don't like them, it's a DEI hire. The lack of dissonance or inability to step outside of their talking points that these people display is truly sad.